On today's show, we will be doing a wrap-up of the month of October, some of our favourite books, some of our least favourite books, and everything in between. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at today is our favourite cover of the month of October.
So, I mean, sometimes I feel covers might not get enough recognition.
Very true.
A lot of the time, they're not done by the people who write or draw the books. And it's something that is attractive when you're displaying your books and
It's what sells the book.
It absolutely is that. Well, to new people anyway.
So, Dan, what is your cover of the month?
There were a few options for me. I eventually went with one that, I mean, oftentimes we'll be in the comic book shop and I was like, it's a cool cover, isn't it? We'll both kind of have a moment to appreciate the coolness of the cover.
We literally just stand there and go,
that's a cool cover. And that one, that's not it. It's this one. It's the cover for Wolverine and the X-Men number 17.
It's very cool.
It's a very cool cover, and it's done by Michael and Laura Allred.
Oh, you know I love me a bit of Michael Allred. Love me a bit of Michael Allred. I saw the cover and I was like, is that a bit Michael Allred there?
Mostly red, not all red. Oh, shouldn't have gone that. But no, it's a very kind of classic color. What I liked about this cover a lot is the colors.
Yeah.
It stands out so much and it's so light-hearted. And what is important, let me just say this.
Just say it.
Let me just say this. A lot of the time, there'll be covers for books where they'll have nothing to do with what is in the front of the books. You might have read this, you might not have read this. It is a perfect representation of what is in the book. And it just kind of makes the whole package that much nicer. It's a great colour scheme, standing out. Obviously, Wolverine's costume helps. Dupe in the costume is amazing.
Michael Allred's art is just so primary that it's beautiful. It's just so simplistic and amazing. When he did Daredevil, I think it was September that he did his issue with Daredevil. It was one of the best drawn issues, and that would have been my cover of that month.
Yeah.
But it is not my cover of this month.
No, this.
My cover of this month, while I search through the books, keep talking, is continuing on the Wolverine front.
Okay.
It's Wolverine Max, number 1. Now, this book didn't live up to the hype that I was giving it myself.
Didn't live up to the hype of the cover.
It didn't at all. This is a Jock cover, and if anyone knows my taste in comic book artists, Jock is right up there. He's
love yourself a bit of Jock.
I love Jock, but it's a really good thing I don't have a lisp or something when I said that, isn't it?
Dale loves
Jock. I love consuming Jock. Stop. Oh my god.
He loves Jock on the front of his comics.
This segment's broken. If anyone knows, he recently did the back issue of Batman number 13, which was fantastic.
Oh, that was gonna be one of my. That was close to being my panel.
Definitely. But I love, again, the colours. I love the kind of sketchiness to it. And I love the way they use the claws as kind of panel breaks, almost. So I think that's definitely my cover of the month.
Yeah. Great. No, great cover. So my panel is a panel, actually, I've already talked about. We talked last week about Batman Incorporated number 4.
We did.
And I talked about the panel, the close-up shot of Damian Wayne. And not only is it beautifully drawn, but it's also, it captures the moment of that scene so perfectly. Yeah. It's got such emotion in it, which is hard, but also it's just such a perfect fit within the book. The kind of dark, the reddy orangey background that's kind of flat, and it's just that, and the eyes, these big eyes, kind of, it makes him look so childlike and vulnerable. And it's just so perfect without the line, without any of the context surrounding it. You get all of the emotion.
Yeah, there's so much
and
depth in it.
and that is the best art. And also on that page as well, the saggy mask thing that was also
very Judge
drawn.
Dredd looking.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said last week, Chris Burnham's art, oh my goodness, like outstanding, just outstanding.
Man's doing fantastic.
Yeah, that
I had such trouble trying to pick this. I think I'm gonna go for a panel from Daredevil, End of Days. Now, again, anyone who knows me knows my two favorite books at the moment are Daredevil and Hawkeye. And this Daredevil, End of Days was a very gritty look at the Daredevil that we've had recently. It's kind of going back to what most people describe Daredevil as, and my panel is him seizing back. The caption in it is he took Hell's Kitchen for himself. It's an absolutely stunning looking panel.
Something you'd like to have on your wall.
Yeah, definitely. And it only just beats from Hawkeye issue 3 the naked Hawkeye shot, which
very different panel.
So funny, that one. But this one is very serious. The color palette, it's all these kind of shades of red, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so that's definitely my panel of the week.
Awesome. So my comic of the month. You meant month, not panel.
Oh, of the month. Yes.
Panel of the week would get a bit tiresome, I think. But no, my comic of the month, the comic that I enjoyed the most. To be honest, it was a tie between these two.
Okay.
It was a dead heat, and in the end, I went for Wolverine and the X-Men number 17. So this is Wolverine, who's here, and Doop. Do you know Doop?
I do not know Doop.
Doop is so basically this book starts with Deathlock saying, school's great, it's all kind of running okay. One thing I've got a problem with, this guy Doop, who's the receptionist, he's always asleep, he's always kind of sneezing on people, just kind of never seems to do anything.
Looks like Slimer.
Yeah, very similar. And Wolverine is like, no, trust me, he plays a vital role in this school. And it shows you, the first thing it does shows you like a montage of Wolverine trying to recruit him. And he does makes him do a lot of these crazy things. One of them is like Wolverine standing on stage dressed as Cyclops. And he's like, this is my impression of Cyclops getting stabbed in the face by adamantine claws. Stick it. And Doop's like, fine, I'll come and work for you. And then the rest of the book is just showing you Doop kind of at work protecting the school, doing all these odd things. At one point he's in the multiverse with Howard the Duck fending off. It's amazing, and but then everyone always takes them for granted, and it's so sad. And like they're always like, there's a thing Beast is testing on him, who's like, yeah, I didn't think it was gonna work out that way, and he's kind of walking out like this, and Toad Lawnmower is like, if you're green, don't lie in the grass, and he's got like and it's very funny. And the panel at the end of Wolverine, and it's adorable, and so much, and it was going to be my panel of the month, but again, these two books are the best of the month for me, and this one especially. Wolverine and the X-Men has been so good. This was a filler issue, so just get it. Like, just get it. You don't need any continuity. It's such a heart-wrenching, beautiful. Love it so much.
And again, Michael Red and Laurel Red just nail it. My book, again, was a tie. It was a tie between these two books here. We had Batman number 13, The Start of Death in the Family, or Hawkeye number 3. And I figured Batman will have its day. I think it's going to get better, so I had to go for Hawkeye number 3. If you're not reading Hawkeye, as I've said on the show before, it's incredible. This book is just absolutely amazing. Just really fun little stories about the man who's not a mutant, the man who's not a superhero. He's just a guy with a bow who happens to be amazing at kicking ass.
Purposefully not looking at it because I haven't read it yet. But...
Yeah, but there's this whole segment, and it just goes to show how well Matt Fraction's writing it, where he's getting into a car half dressed, and because it's Hawkeye and Hawkeye, the female Hawkeye is kind of companioning with him.
Okay.
And there's because there's kind of this weird sexual tension, but he's saying you're far too young. Date people your own age. And she comes to pick him up and he's getting dressed and like he's got his shirt half off. And it's about 15 panels on one page with her going, really? And he's like, just drive. And he's like, with the abs and everything. He's like, just drive the car. It's funny. It's action packed. And again, going back to the simple artwork, David Aja's artwork is incredible. Absolutely incredible, that artwork. So
the only reason I'm not reading it is because I missed the first printing, and I'm a bit of a first printing nerd, so I'm waiting for the trade.
It pains me that you won't get to read that till March. It really does. But
do?
what I will say is, just as a kind of honorary mention, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, the most disappointing book of the month.
Okay.
And I know you're going to agree with me.
Okay.
Is definitely issue 13 of Batman and Robin.
Starts off very well.
Adorable. And it's kind of like, oh, I'm excited.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Adorable.
And no longer excited. And it very quickly drops.
Yeah, any book that makes you not enjoy zombies.
It's doing a really bad job. And by the end of the book, and the problem is...
the art changes horrendously.
I mean, just...
Like Damien's had a stroke and grown 4 years off it.
He does look terrible in this. And this book has so much potential to be what Batman Incorporated
Or to be what even
is.
that book was, issue 1 to 8. The Nobody arc was outstanding.
Definitely. So, I think it's definitely the most disappointing book of the month. And they need to... I will only pick this up until Death of the Family, unless it picks up. Like, unless the book gets good. I know you won't, because you're a Damien diehard fan, and so you can't leave him alone.
Diehard fan. Whatever.
But anyway, you can't leave him alone.
Alright, so that is our wrap-up of October. If you disagree with us, if you have your own picks, let us know in the comments
Definitely
below.
if you have your own picks.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see what those are, books that maybe we haven't picked up yet. But until then, we'll see you next time.